All right, so we're talking about Ashtanga this month. So it's a power practice that has very specific layout as far as the order of the poses. And it's a very therapeutic practice. It does move a little quicker. We will do the sun salutations, but please modify or skip them, or you can do them at the wall or a chair. After the sun salutations, it slows down a little bit, but that is to get our the heat going, to get our heart going, and to warm us up. Those are, sun salutations are for that. So that's what we'll do. So let's come to mountain pose at the top of your mat. I always feel, oh, sorry, Bella. I always feel like I'm so far away once I actually have you all on camera here. I'm gonna scoot forward a bit. But yeah, so coming to a mountain pose. So feet can be apart or closer together. We'll bring the palms together in front of the heart. So this is actually Samasthiti, standing at attention. So we're, the idea is we're balanced from right to left here. So from into the right foot, the left foot, and just finding a balance. You might need to take your feet a little apart for that. And let's close the eyes and start to pay attention to the breath. If you can, breathing in and out of the nose. The idea in Ashtanga or Vinyasa is breath to movement. So we're attaching our breath to our movement. And that can be a challenge within itself, is just getting that deep breath. So we're also just expanding our lungs with each breath, with each Vinyasa practice. We're strengthening and expanding our lungs as well, so that we can bring in more breath, more oxygen. Let's just take one more full breath here. Hello, Anne-Marie, coming in. And then we're gonna move through sun salutation A. So go ahead and open the eyes. On your inhale, we'll take those arms out and up. You can just reach up or maybe bring the palms together here. And then exhale, we'll swan dive. You can bend the knees, lead with the heart, come into a forward fold. And again, we can have our feet apart as much as you like, bend the knees as much as you like. Just really let the head go here. And then on your next inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, create a flat back, straighten the legs if you feel like ready for that. And then exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. Feel free to lower the knees here. We'll lower to the belly through chaturanga. So elbows close to the body as we lower down, and then lift into cobra. The chest lifts, shoulders down, elbows hugging in. And then lower down, come up and back, down dog or child's pose. So we'll take about 5 breaths in either one of those. And I always like to give the option, instead of these chaturangas, you could go to a tabletop position and do a cat-cow, and then meet in down dog or child's pose from there. Could also do it on the wall, and you kind of just walk back for your down dog. I need to break that down one of these classes a little bit more. All right, let's take one more breath here. And then inhale, gaze forward, walk, step, or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise up to standing. You can roll up or reverse swan dive. Flat back, arms out and up. And then we'll release the hands in front of the heart. All right, again, sun salutation A. One breath, one movement if possible. Let's take those arms out and up as you inhale. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank, lower to the belly or hover here, chaturanga. Cobra or up dog, heart lifts. Beautiful, down dog or child's pose, take it back, breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe, inhale. Feel free to bring any movement here in the down dog or wiggle the hips around in your child's pose. Exhale. Let's take one more full breath there. See now the sun's going down and it's starting to get a little darker in here. All right, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk, step, or jump the feet to meet the hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up to standing, and we'll just take it right into our third round, sun salutation. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, heart forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back. If we're jumping back, bent elbows when we land. Up dog or cobra, heart lifts, shoulders down. Down dog or child's pose. Few breaths here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Final breath here. Inhale. Gaze forward in between the hands as you exhale. Walk, step, or jump the feet to meet the hands. Halfway lift there. Forward fold. Rise up to standing. Inhale. Hands release. Exhale. All right, moving on. We're going to move through sun salutation B, but a little slower the first round here. So sink into a chair position. Weight in the heels. So imaginary chair. Arms can extend up or cactus arms, or we can keep the hands at heart center. Focusing on the legs a little bit more. So again, bring the weight into the heels. Lift the heart, the belly in. Let's take an inhale here. Exhale, straighten the legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, chaturanga, or just skip it and meet us in down dog. Up dog or cobra, heart lifts. Down dog, press back. From our down dog, right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward. Come on up. So crescent lunge or warrior one. Warrior one, our back foot is flat and angled out a bit. And you may take your feet a little wider for that warrior one. Take the arms overhead, maybe the palms together. Lift the gaze, inhale. Reach up as you ground down into the feet. Exhale, release the hands forward, step back. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, inhale. Down dog, press back, exhale. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward. Find that lunge. And it could be just a low lunge as well. You could come onto the back knee, take those arms overhead. Maybe warrior one with the back foot flat. Lift the gaze. And release. Take those hands forward. Step back. Chaturanga, or not, meet us in down dog. We do quite a few of these chaturangas to begin with to get us warm. And in a traditional Ashtanga practice, you do a lot more than we'll do tonight. You do a sun salutation or a vinyasa between almost every pose. So we'll just do it here in the beginning and then let's take one more breath here. And then we'll inhale, gaze forward. Walk, step, or jump the feet to meet the hands. Exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. We rise up into our chair. Inhale. And then straighten the legs, hands to heart center. Exhale. All right. Second round, round two, sun salutation B. Starting with that chair. Inhale. Exhale, we're moving right through. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, chaturanga through. Up dog or cobra, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward. Crescent lunge or warrior one. Lift those arms as you inhale. Maybe the gaze up. And exhale, lower those hands. Step back, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, inhale. Down dog, press back, exhale. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step the foot forward. Rise up, warrior one or crescent lunge. I know it's fast. We'll rest in down dog very soon here. Release the hands, step back, chaturanga through, or just take it up and back, down dog. Or child's pose, breathe there. This is our rest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more full breath here. Press into the pointer finger and the thumb and widen the shoulder blades. And then let's inhale, take the gaze forward. As you exhale, walk, step, or jump the feet. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up, chair. Inhale. Woo, and exhale, release. All right, moving on. We're gonna hop our feet out about hips width apart. You don't have to hop, but it's kind of a thing they do in Ashtanga, I think more for like a kind of a jolt of the lymphatic system, or kind of keep us, we're more like an energy burst. All right, so hands on the hips, lift the heart, inhale, and we're just gonna fold forward here, exhale. Taking the peace fingers around the big toes. Now you might need to bend your knees to get there. Peace fingers around the big toes, and then we fold forward. Let the head go as the hips lift, and straighten the legs as much as you feel comfortable with. And we're reaching the crown of the head down. Breathe there, inhale. And exhale. Straightening the legs just a touch more, a couple more breaths. And hug the belly in here. The core is engaged, so that we can have that strength to lift the hips up a little bit more, straighten the legs. Beautiful, release those fingers. Now we're coming into, it's called gorilla pose, where we slide the hands underneath the feet. So again, bend the knees if you need. Toes come to the wrist crease if possible, and then gaze forward, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Keep the knees bent, or maybe we start to straighten the legs out. You can give your toes a little wiggle and give the wrists a massage. Couple more breaths here. Belly in. Mega hamstring stretch here. So good to open the back of our body. All right, let's go ahead and release those hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. You can roll up or flat back, hands on the hips, rise up. And we'll hop those feet back together. All right, moving on. Stepping out with left foot, or whatever it takes to face me, because we're gonna do both sides this way. But we're stepping out with our left foot, and then we'll turn and come into Trikonasana triangle. So our toes point, left toes point forward, back foot angled in. Take those arms up, inhale. And we'll reach those fingertips forward, exhale. Find some length before we release the hand down. I love a block in this one. And most of the standing ones like this, I like a block where you bring to the inside or outside of the ankle. You can place your hand there, and then that top arm reaches up. We'll spend about 5 breaths here. Rounding down into the feet, our legs are strong, but we're opening up this top shoulder, top rib cage, maybe lifting the gaze with the top hand, which is directly up from the shoulder. Couple more breaths. Ground down into the feet. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we'll lift up. And we're just switching feet. So we're just coming into the other side. So wiggle the feet around, switch them out. You can keep the arms lifted. Once you're there, inhale. Reach those fingers forward. Exhale. And then lower the hand down as you're ready, maybe to a block. And if you do have your hand on your shin, just make sure you're not placing a bunch of weight down. You want to lift up with the core. So we're strong in the core and not placing all the weight down on that straighten front leg. Lift top shoulder, or open top rib cage, maybe lift the gaze. Couple more breaths here. Ground down into the feet. And breathe, breathe, breathe. Perfect. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift up out of there. And then we'll step or hop it forward, coming back to the front of the mat. Pause. All right, we're going to take that into a triangle twist. So going in the same way we went in the regular triangle way. So just stepping that foot out, and we'll turn the feet. And this is a little different where our hips are going to square forward. Rather than having that open back hip, we want our hips to square forward. And we could also come onto the ball of the back foot if that feels better for the hip, or take it flat. Let's see, right, opposite arm extends up, so whatever side you're on. I extend my right arm here. Inhale, find length, and then exhale, reach that hand forward. Keep the hips square. The hands can lower down to a block here to the inside of the foot or outside of the foot, or maybe just the shin. And we're taking it into a twist. This top arm reaches up and we rotate. So IT band, we'll feel this one. It's intense. We'll take a couple more breaths. You don't visit this one a whole lot. And it can feel awkward. One more breath here. And go ahead and lift on up. Woo! And we'll take it over to the other side. So adjust the feet. We're squaring our hips forward. Maybe on the ball, the back foot, or back foot is flat. Front leg straight. Take that left arm up or opposite arm. Inhale. And then exhale. Reach forward. Hips square. Reach forward. Maybe the hand comes down to the inside of the foot or outside. Maybe to a block. And then we open that opposite arm up, twist over the extended leg. Maybe lift the gaze with that top hand. Let me peek at you, beautiful. Couple more breaths. Great stretch for the IT band. This one we don't visit as often and we need to. All right, go ahead and release. Come on out. Woo, good job. Step it forward or hop it forward. And pause there at the front. All right, once again, stepping the feet out wide, but this time we'll have all 10 toes facing forward and coming into a wide leg forward fold. So take those arms out. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And our feet are about, you can maybe measure the wrist, like about wrist width. And then we'll go ahead and lower down. Take the hands down here, maybe to a block. Keep the legs strong and straight. Or we start to walk the hands back, maybe bringing the palms in line with the heels as we reach the crown of the head down and let the spine hang. So breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe here. If our legs are straight, engage the quads and just make sure we have a strong foundation in the feet and the legs. Couple more breaths. And then let's walk the hands forward underneath the shoulders, if they're not there already. And then we'll take the hands to the hips. Inhale, flat back, rise up, stay there. And we're gonna take a different variation. Hands on the hips. Hug those elbows behind you as you open the chest. Lift the gaze, inhale. And exhale, we'll fold forward. Once again, if you can, keep the hands on the hips and keep reaching the elbows behind you. If that's too much for the legs or hamstrings, take the hands to the floor or maybe to a block. The same variation we just did. That first one. Keep squeezing elbows behind, keep reaching the crown of the head down. A couple more breaths. And then on your next inhale, we'll just keep the hands on the hips and rise up, flat back. And hold here. Whew. So there's 4 variations that in Ashtanga, we do all 4, but we're gonna just do 3. So one more, take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, or just reach behind the back in some way. Open the chest, inhale. And exhale, last round here, we're coming forward. If those fingers are interlaced behind, maybe take the arms off the back of it. Reach the crown of the head down. Press into those feet. When I first started practicing this practice, I'd always get cramps in my feet in this one. But eventually, that started to not happen as much. It still happens. One more breath here. And then on your next inhale, rise up, keep the hands behind the back. And we'll step it forward or hop it forward. Ah, great job. All right, let's see. Moving on, see where we're at for time. We're gonna do a balance. So let's do a balance here. Tree, or I'm gonna give us an option to do a half lotus. So ground down into the left foot. We're gonna bring our right foot to the inside of the ankle, calf, or inner thigh, above or below the knee. So you may come to a wall here if you need a little extra support. Now half lotus, if you want to come into that, I'm going to show you from the side here. You're going to take your heel and just start to bring it up right in front of the opposite hip. And just trying to maybe like rock it a bit side to side there and just getting around the hip. Hold your tree, we'll get there. And then taking the heel as high up into the hip as possible, and then you lower the knee down. So half lotus, standing half lotus. You can hold on to the foot here, maybe reach the right arm behind and reach for the foot. So we're just gonna stay there. Or if we're in tree, go ahead and extend the arms overhead. Maybe even out to the side. Couple more breaths wherever you are. The next place you could go with this half lotus is you start to fold forward, keeping that foot as it is, and start to reach towards the floor, forward fold, maybe to a block. Couple more breaths wherever you are. Beautiful. And then let's go ahead and bring the palms together in front of the heart. And we'll release that foot. Shake it out, or shake the standing leg out, probably. All right, other side. Ground down into that right foot. Lift the left foot, tree position. Avoid the knee, above or below the knee. Or we're taking it into that half lotus. Taking the heel in front of the hip. And you can kind of move around a bit and just get around the hip before we come into that half lotus. Standing half lotus. And then bring that heel as high up in front of the hip as you can. And then lower the knee down. Oof, this side isn't as easy. Feel free if you're in that tree position, extend the arms out. Maybe behind you, interlace the fingers. Maybe lift the gaze up, challenge your balance. Wherever you are, a couple more breaths. You might fold forward with this one. All right, go ahead and release. Bring the palms back to heart center. Release that foot, legs, shake it out. All right, let's do one more vinyasa and we'll take it to the floor. So come to the front of the mat. Inhale those arms out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, chaturanga through. Up dog or cobra, inhale. Or just a simple cat-cow here too will work. Exhale, down dog. All right, let's walk our feet through and feel free to jump through if you're practicing that. And we're gonna come into a forward fold. So extend the legs out. Sit up tall. In this forward fold, we wanna have our legs strong. So flex the feet and engage the quads. Press into the back of the legs as much as you can. And sit up tall. So find that length in the spine first. Maybe even take the arms overhead, inhale. And then exhale, fold over the legs. You might reach to the outside of the knees, the calves, or maybe the ankles. Maybe able to reach the feet. But keep that length in the spine. Keep lifting up and then forward. Few breaths here.
Let's go.
If you're coming in for yin, welcome, welcome. We'll get started here. We have a couple minutes left. We're just finishing up our vinyasa. One more full breath in this forward fold. Find some length in the spine. And then go ahead and come on up, inhale. And we'll make our way onto our back, exhale. Hug the right knee into the chest from there. Inhale. And supine twist, right knee over to the left, reach back through the right arm, gaze to the right, couple breaths there, twist it out. And Ashtanga is really a lot of the times a 90-minute practice, so I had like so many more things I wanted to do, but we ran out of time. But I'll just add it, we'll just keep working on it for the month of October. And just playing with the different, it's just really a different arrangement of poses than what me, Sherry, Steph teach. And it's really what Vinyasa yoga is based off of, is Ashtanga, as well as power yoga. Ashtanga is the traditional power yoga where it all began. All right, let's take the knees back to center, that right knee back to center, and we'll just switch it out. Left knee into the chest, inhale, and exhale. Left knee over to the right, reach back through the left arm, gaze left. Sink into the twist, couple breaths. If you're coming in for yin, go ahead and meet us on the back. And just start bringing the knees into the chest, and we'll start on our backs this evening. Couple more breaths if you're in this twist. And then we'll come back to center. Give our knees a little hug, a little squeeze, inhale. And exhale, extend out into our Shavasana. Find a relaxation, palms up. If you're continuing with yin, you can stay here, or we're gonna come into passive rest pose where our knees are bent and where our ankles are below the knees. If you're headed out from here, namaste. Thank you for joining. We are going to shift gears here and get some yin. So feel free to stay for a little bit or for the whole thing or whatever you need. Welcome, welcome. All right, we're going to start. If you're in Shavasana, you don't have to go very far. We're just going to bend our knees and bring the ankles below the knees, our feet apart about hips width. The arms, cactus shape arms, or maybe reaching more over the head. Maybe even grabbing opposite elbows over the head, if that feels okay on the shoulders. But the idea here is we're stacking the ankle below the knee so that we can relax the legs a little bit and let the bone structure of the legs hold or assist us in holding our legs up so that we can maybe relax around, relax the muscles, relax around the bone. And we'll start to pay attention to the breath. Taking some deeper breaths in and out as we get settled. Or if we're shifting gears from our power vinyasa flowy yoga, and now we're coming to more still, quiet, calm. And allow the belly to relax here and just soften as the back of the body releases into the floor. All right, let's go ahead and start to move our arms from above the head or out of that cactus shape. And we'll take the right knee into the chest. Feel free to keep the left knee bent or extend the left leg long. And let's just get into the foot, circling the foot a few times in one direction. And then circling the other direction. We do a lot on our feet at VFit here, so it's a little extra love for our ankles, our feet, which we do a pretty good job at that around here, our barefoot classes. And then now let's circle the knee. So we're gonna get into our hip socket. Circle the knees, maybe small circles or big circles, whatever feels best. And then let's circle the other direction. You might feel a little bit of grittiness. Sherry always use that word, I love it. A little gritty, maybe a pop. And then hug the knee into the chest. Once again, inhale. And exhale. We'll take the foot to the floor or extend the leg long. And then take the left knee into the chest and we'll circle this foot around, getting into the ankle. And this might be more of a place where we hear those popping or the grinding a little bit. Circle the other direction. All right, Perfect. Now let's release the foot and we'll circle the knee, getting into the hip socket. Circle around a few times this direction. And then let's circle the other direction. Perfect. Hug the knee to the chest. Take an inhale there. And exhale. Straighten the leg. All right. Let's bend the knees and we'll just roll on to our right or left side. And then press up and make our way to a seat. Hey, everybody. All right. Let's come into butterfly here. Soles of the feet come together. Feel free to lift up on a blanket, sit up on a blanket. Can always help. We could bring our feet a little more forward or a little more in. Sit up tall here at first, find some length. And then we'll round forward. So more of a yin style butterfly, where we round the back, let the head go. And the arms, wherever they feel comfortable, maybe inside or outside of the legs. And then just let the head go forward if that feels okay in the neck. And we'll take about a minute here. So make any adjustments and then find some stillness. Soften the face, the jaw. And if you feel it a little too much in the body already, come out of it a bit. We have time. We have time that we can utilize to slowly sink into it. And notice the breath as you are here in the stillness. It's quiet, your body is quiet, but we can still hear the breath. And notice where we feel the stretch in the body. And as the time goes on here, notice what comes up in the body. Maybe around the hips, the lower back. And we'll just take a few, 3 to 5 more breaths. Oops. Make sure everyone's muted here. There we go. All right, on your next inhale, we'll move slow, come on out of that fold. Take the hands to the outside of the knees and just help the legs together. And then we'll extend the legs long. Wiggle out the legs a little bit. And then let's take the right foot behind, and we're gonna come onto the top of the foot. So the heel is just to the outside of the hip. If this doesn't feel good in the knee, the ankle, take it into like a tree shape where the foot comes into the inside of the thigh here. Or if that feels okay, take it back. We'll sit up tall, inhale. I always like to bring a blanket underneath the opposite hip, just to even out my hips a little bit here. You could even roll up a mat a little bit. And then we'll sit up tall and fold over the extended leg, either position, whatever position you're in there. Turn a bit and then fold over the leg. And a rounding Let the head go. It might just be up a little bit. We might not come down too far. As the time goes on, you might start to feel the body soften and we're able to come further. But if not, just breathe where we are. And we won't be here as long. We'll take about another five or so breaths. Another great way to take care of our ankle, this stretch. Even if it's super tight here, this is a great one to come back to. Great way to stretch around the ankle, the foot. And if you have old injuries around that area, the ankle, foot, this can be challenging as well. That scar tissue can really keep us from stretching those ankles. All right, let's inhale, come on out, and we'll just switch it out. So extend the right leg out, shake it out a little bit. And then we'll take it into the other side. So left foot back. We're on the top of the foot. I don't necessarily love the flexing of the foot because that gets into the knee kind of funky. So top of the foot, or take it into that tree shape instead. We'll sit up tall. I'm going to take it behind. Sit up tall, maybe place something underneath the opposite seat, sit bone. And then we'll fold over the extended leg as you're ready. We have time, so take your time. Maybe release the head, let the head go forward and round the back. And we'll just take a couple more breaths here. We might be able to fold forward a bit more. Perfect. On your inhale, we'll come on up. Release that leg, extend it out, and shake it out, wiggle out. All right, from here, if you have a strap handy, you could also use a towel of some sort or a belt. If you have, we're gonna come onto our backs and do some stretching for the legs with the strap. If you don't have anything nearby, I'll give you an option to do without as well. So no worries there. I know some of us sometimes are traveling and we don't always have things convenient. All right, so we'll take it onto our back and have that strap or belt or towel. And we'll take the strap around the ball of the foot, the right foot. Let's start with the right foot. And then extend up. Now this bottom leg could be extended long or knee bent, either way. Head on the floor, shoulders on the floor, and we'll extend that right heel up with the strap or towel around the ball of the foot. So getting into the hamstring here to begin. But think about reaching up through the heel and really lengthening. You feel it in the Achilles, the back of and the calf as well. Reach up through that heel. Maybe take the leg in a little more. Now, if you don't have a strap, just hold on to the back of the thigh or maybe the calf or closer to the ankle and work with it there. I love the strap here because you can really reach up through the heel and just get that extra stretch around the Achilles. Whew. It's always super intense for me. All right, couple breaths here. From here, we'll take the straps, both straps into the right hand, left hand to the hip, reminding that left hip to stay down. And we're gonna open our right leg to the right. Might be a little bit, might be a lot of it. We'll only be here for a few breaths. So reach out through the heel, lengthen through the leg, inhale. And exhale. Think about left hip reaching towards the floor as that right leg opens. One more breath. And then we'll come back to center. Now both straps into the opposite hand, left hand, and we're getting into our IT band. So right leg moves over to the left. Not a whole lot. Doesn't need to be a whole lot until you feel that. Oof. If you don't feel it, straighten the leg, take the leg over just a touch more, and breathe. Few deep breaths. And then we'll release into a twist from here. So right leg, come all the way over to the left. You could bend the knee if that feels better, or keep it in the strap, keep the leg straight, and keep working on the IT band. Reach back through the right arm. And if this doesn't feel good at all, bend both knees and come into our supine twist that way. That will just take it out of the lower back a bit more. Not as much in the IT band. So whatever variation you're in here, take a couple more breaths. We did a similar position standing in the first half hour. We did a twisted triangle. So it's similar to this position. We were just standing in that first variation. All right, on your next inhale, we'll take it back to center. Release the strap and release that right leg to the floor. Take a moment. Check in. Notice between the right and left leg. Notice if you feel any difference. Your right leg might feel a little longer. Feels so much taller on that side. Maybe not though. All right. Other side, as you're ready, let's take that strap or towel around the ball of the left foot. Reach up through the heel and breathe. Breathe into that hamstring. You might take the leg in a little closer towards the face if you want to get deeper, but keep reaching out through the heel. Stretch there. Checking our time. We're good. Couple more breaths. All right, now we'll take it out to the side, both straps into the left hand. And if you don't have a strap, you can hold on to peace fingers around the big toe or hold on to the ankle or calf. And we'll take it out to the left, open to the left. Right hand to the right hip. Make sure that right hip is down, even if the foot is, or the knee is bent. And then open up to the left. Reach out through the heel, couple breaths here. Perfect. We'll come back to center with the leg. Both straps into the right hand. IT band stretch. That left leg comes over to the right just a little bit. Doesn't need to be a whole lot. Straighten the leg if you need more, or take it over a touch more to the right. Let's breathe. This is the one you want to hold your breath, right? Keep breathing, keep the breath flowing in and out. And then we'll take it into the twist. So left leg comes all the way over to the right. So our left booty comes off the floor, and then reach back through that right arm, opposite arm. Maybe bend the knees in if it's too deep. Few breaths here. All right, friends, on your next inhale, we'll come back to center and remove the strap. And feel free to take the legs long and just pause. Feeling that in the legs. And then let's go ahead and bend the knees, plant the feet. We're coming back to this first position we were in, but taking it into a bridge. So feet are apart, hips width. You can walk the heels in as close as possible. And then bring the shoulder blades together under the body. You might be able to hold on to your heels here, or maybe the fingertips kind of graze the heels. And we'll start to lift the hips up. Maybe interlace the fingers under the body. Otherwise, just palms down and keep pressing those hips up. Couple breaths here. Not letting the knees fall out to the side. Keep the knees in line with the hips and keep lifting up, pressing into the shoulders, the arms. Inhale. And exhale, release. Take it back to the floor, and we'll come into a supine butterfly. So soles of the feet come together, butterfly, knees open. Arms overhead in some way, maybe cactus arms. And then just sink into this position. Close the eyes, connect with the breath. Taking a few more breaths here. we'll release the arms from overhead. Take the hands to the outside of the thighs, help the knees together, and we'll hug the knees into the chest. From here, circling the knees. So our knees are together here, but we're circling both at the same time. And massaging around the lower back. And these can be big circles or small circles, or a combination. And then let's circle the other direction. And then take the knees into center, hug in, lift the head, take the forehead towards the knees, wrap the arms around the shins, give yourself a hug, a squeeze, inhale. And exhale, release, stretching out into our final relaxation, Shavasana. Palms face up. Maybe cover the eyes with something. If you have a shirt or eye pillow, it would work great, but a shirt or a towel could work as well. Wiggle and scoot the body around. Find a comfortable position where you can let go. And let's do a little scan of the body here, starting in the face. Just relaxing the face, the jaw. Letting the back of the head be heavy on the floor. And then relaxing the shoulders, allowing the back of the upper body, the shoulders to be heavy. As the arms relax. And all 10 fingers relax. Allowing our heart space to soften, our belly soft. The pelvis heavy into the floor, grounding. As we relax our legs, our quads, our calves. Relax the feet and all 10 toes, relax. The entire body from head, top of the head, to the bottom of the feet. Relax the toes, the fingers. Soften and relax. Allowing full relaxation throughout the body. Complete stillness and quiet. And I'm going to leave you here. Stay here as long as you can. And when it is time to get up slow, move slow, make your way up slow. And I am going to say namaste here. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Namaste. We'll see you soon.